Well, Tommy, we've had a pretty good morning. 11 sales and 12 tries. I tell you what, it's almost noon. You better go and get some dinner. I'll try a few by myself. Come on, Professor. Thanks, Tommy.
Now, just a minute. Are you soliciting? You haven't got a license.
Well,
Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. And why haven't you been over at City Hall with your papers yet?
Just missed you. Mr. Mayor, your hand, oh no.
What? What
The
is it?
spread of that little finger, it's hereditary.
It is? What does that mean?
It means that your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good. It means that America has finally produced an artist who can flugle the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
Well, how do I get my hands on one of these horns?
Oh, sign here, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, and to think, I could have missed out on this entire... Wait a minute, I haven't got any son! You unscrupulous, you unscrupulous... Get to City Hall with your papers by 3 o'clock!
You mean this afternoon?
Couldn't make myself any plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Peru, do you realize that you have all the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I'm not sure if I understand what you had, Professor.
Well, if your boy has that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, by George. Oh, not to say that he could really be great, you understand, but...
Oh, is that so? And why am the name of St. Bridget not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players are Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Mendez, oh, Klein.
Oh, Professor, we are Irish.
No. Well, that clinches it. Sign here, Mrs. Peru. Your boy was born to play the cornet. Fine, that'll be $7 earnest money. Nothing more due until the first installment. Payable to opening a band practice. Oh, thank you. And, of course, I'll need the boy's measurements for his band uniform.
His uniform?
Why, hello there, son. Certainly, his uniform. And there won't be a penny due to delivery, which gives him 4 weeks to enjoy, to anticipate, to imagine at no cost whatever. Never let the demands of tomorrow interfere with the pleasures and excitement of today. A stripe? Why, certainly, my boy, a wide red stripe on each side. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We get tempted to say more than 3 words a day, even to us. But if you can get him to play in the band, you'll have St. Michael's on way with you. And if anyone can do it, I'll bet you can. Out of a crowd, I'll take you for a hand-carrying, clay-pipe-smoking, shamrock-wearing, harp-playing, margarine-pinching, Harry's Hall, minstrel-singing Irishman begotten. What are you from me by?
Well, Gary, Indiana.
I know it. Wait, where?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Was she now?
Why, yes. Gold medal class of '5. Oh, how to do, Miss Peru?
How to do, Mr. Hill?
Of course. Peru, I thought the name sounded familiar. I tried to see you since the other night, but...
Marion, you'll never believe it. He wants to put Winthrop in a band.
Mama, we're not interested.
Oh, but dear, you know, he might have his father's musical gift. He does have my young one, you know.
Your husband's musical. Well, I'd like to talk
Don't
to...
barge in on everyone's home like this, bursting into personal affairs. We're not interested.
Marion.
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh, I am sorry. But that's all the more reason your brother should have something like this.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been burning about it for 2 years. As to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with a nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Oh, Miss Peru, I hardly... No, I get the feeling she likes the idea. A little bit cautious, perhaps, but I admire that. Just you keep me alive, I'll be back later.
Oh, wait, Professor. About the boy's uniform. I make all of his clothes. His measurements are sleeve 21, waist 18, crotch 14.
Oh, fine. That's all I need now. I must get back to my hotel.
No, Professor. You'll have to excuse Marion. She's not usually...
Oh, don't worry about a thing. I'm sure that at heart she's as lovely as you. Good day to you, Miss Peru.
Has he gone?
Yes, dear, but I hope not forever. Don't you ever think about your future? Gary, Indiana Conservatory, class of '05. Now, darling.
Now, Mama, surely a girl's future does not depend upon every fast-talking, self-centered, women-chasing traveling man who comes to town. And the fact he thinks of commodities music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, dear, but it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in the other, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama. Winthrop? Winthrop, I know you're there.
Winthrop, dear, your sister's calling for you.
Please go to the library and ask Miss Grubb to get you the book I set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal from 1890 to 1910, and it's a large brown volume with black corners.
Do I have to?
You won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
Now what are you up to?
I have a feeling the Indiana Journal may help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
All right, dear, I give up. But if you don't mind me asking, what kind of white knight you're waiting to come riding along?
Well, I'm not waiting for Luther Greiner, who backs me into the ancient history shelf every time he comes to the library. He does? Or Ed Gamage and that buggy of his with the removable back seat. But I'm not waiting for a man in shining white armor either. White knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel in wings, just someone who loves me. My white knight, what my heart
what if they're marching piccolo players? It still has a couple minor flaws. See, when you keep it tight enough to hold the music steady, you cut out the circulation and you can't wiggle your fingers. Meanwhile, go blind.
That's the first thing I said or not. The very first thing I said or I'll eat the game with the horse. Get that man's credentials, I said. Morning of July 4th, 1912. And now what? My wife is off dancing at any and all hours instead of in the home. My school board is singing up street and down alley instead of attending the city matters. My oldest daughter is fooling around with some wild kid. And my business is falling so far off I can't even find the balance sheet.
Something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
Is who?
His university.
Oh, I know all about that. That's the only thing I can get out of him. Gary Conservatory, class of '5.
But if you would just take the time to read a little bit about the conservatory, I don't think you'll have to look any farther. It's right here on page...
The Wells Fargo wagon, at this time of day, a likely story. The band instruments, go. Now get along if you want to. I gotta see the librarian about something.